for the RNC convention and loving it. Speakers at the Republican National Convention spent a third night relentlessly attacking Hillary Clinton. Many of them actually reframing their support for Donald Trump by turning on the presumptive Democratic nominee. Here's Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker.
The simple truth is, liberal Washington insiders created our problems. And Hillary Clinton is the ultimate liberal Washington insider. If she were any more on the inside, she'd be in prison. America deserves better than Hillary Clinton.
And Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence did not hold back either.
You know, it was Hillary Clinton who helped undo all the gains of the troop surge, a staggering failure of judgment that set ISIS on the loose. It was Hillary Clinton who instigated the president's disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran. And it was Hillary Clinton who left Americans in harm's way in Benghazi, and after 4 Americans fell, said, "What difference at this point does it make?"
But those attacks left some wondering whether it will be enough in November. Governor, what are your thoughts?
I thought the attacks on Hillary were the right tone, the right time, and I've heard some of the other networks talk about, oh, it's all been about bashing Hillary Clinton. Well, let's just wait and see how sweet they are to Donald Trump next week.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's what we do at conventions. We beat the other side up. What are they expecting us to do? Say nice, warm, cuddly things about Hillary? Of course we're not. We're going to tell the truth about her. That's what we've done.
One thing is for sure, Monica, when you listen to these, nothing got personal last night. I mean, it was against her. It was really taking a look, and you like some of the zingers, but I mean, they were all about what has been going on, nothing personal with her.
That's right. And all of these folks, Rudy Giuliani, Chris Christie, Scott Walker, Newt Gingrich, all of the folks we heard attack Mrs. Clinton last night will be excellent surrogates for this ticket going forward in terms of being attack dogs. It's also really critical that when you're running for president, as important as it is to attack your opponent and attack the other side, you have to offer voters a positive, compelling reason to vote for you rather than just against your opponent, because voting is as much an emotional act as it is an intellectual one. And I think that's what we're going to hear from Donald Trump, really Reagan-esque kind of themes tonight.
I loved it. I mean, the time that I always love Donald Trump the most is when he's going after Hillary.
You're like, that's the Donald Trump
one I want to see.
Right?
I liked Chris Christie's speech. I think we were actually a little light on her. Like, am I the only one that's like, we can go after her even harder? She should be sitting in jail. And every time someone, the Benghazi mother that spoke, Pat, I forgot her last name. Smith, yes. Yeah. I mean, of all the moments, that could be the one that resonated with me the most about how intense and important this election is. And I think we may have in-party fighting, but our nominee isn't a felon and isn't responsible for people's deaths. You know,
but the criticism of that speech, as we talked about in the show, was that he was talking to the audience in the room rather than reaching out to voters.
Like the governor said, wait till the DNC next week. They're just going to be, I mean, I can't even imagine the kind of things that are going to be said about Donald Trump and Republicans next week. I actually think, all things considered, they could have hit him harder as far as I'm concerned.
So, Governor, what is the goal? I mean, because obviously you have people in the room, and as we saw last night, I mean, they're loving the nominee. Some of them were quiet and were loving other people in the room. But what is the goal? Is that the audience, or is there a bigger awareness?
Well, let's just remember that politics is both offense and defense. It's just like football. You can't win the game if you only have an offensive team. You can't win if you only have a defensive team. You've got to play both sides of the field. So part of the goal is to be on offense, attack Hillary Clinton. Part is to defend your positions and give America a reason to support you. And that's what we've seen. The question is, do you have a good offensive coach, a good defensive coach, so that your game is balanced and that you go on the attack in the right way and make it happen?
All right, we'll move on. The PC police, boy, they never get tired, do they? Apparently, they're expanding their territory.